Welcome back, everybody. The Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 44 of our Confederate Spring of '62 campaign in version 1.11 using the A.O.M Mod. So this episode's going to be going out kind of late on Monday, Memorial Day. So I hope everybody had an enjoyable weekend and spent it safely. So, as you all know, I've been on vacation the last few days. I've been traveling around. I've been going non-stop since I left home on Friday. I've hit up quite a few places that put well over 1,000 miles onto my truck. So, let's see, where have I been to? I gotta think back on a second. Abraham Lincoln's birthplace National Shrine, the Perryville Battlefield, the Kentucky Train Museum, Fort Donelson, Parker's Crossroad, because I was going from Donelson down to Shiloh, and Parker's Crossroad was on the way, and I was actually very surprised at how well preserved that little battlefield is. For being in the middle of in the middle of a very busy intersection, which was a busy intersection in the time period, and now it's even busier as I-40 runs through the center of it, but it's still amazingly well preserved for all of that. The Battlefield Trust and the local historical societies have done an amazing job with that battlefield, and if you're ever in the area, it's well worth the visit. It's about 3 miles of walking trails on either side of the highway, and it was an enjoyable time. It's a nice little break if you're having a busy time traveling around, so I do suggest visiting that one. And I ended up going down to Shiloh after that. I didn't get there until late in the day, and funnily enough, I ran into another YouTuber while I was there who was working on a project, the Dumb Historian. He doesn't have anything posted up right now, but he will be posting a video that follows a specific regiment from his hometown sometime in August, kind of in a Band of Brothers style documentary. So when he tells me when that drops, I will let you all know, because I myself am looking forward to seeing it. Seems he put a lot of time and passion into it. But funnily enough, I'll say best. Me and him were both Monument Magpies. We actually ended up touring the battlefield together. And if you take the audio tour of the battlefield, it's supposed to take you about 2 to 4 hours to do it. The two of us sitting there just like going, oh, there's a monument. There's a monument. We got to go walk over and break brush to get to it. We only got to like tour point 5 or 6 by the time we were 4 hours into the battlefield. It was so I'm going to have to break Shiloh into another day. I'm going to head back down there again. Probably on my way to Corinth. I'll probably hit Shiloh up and finish that off. Cause yeah. The way I look at battlefields, I need a day plus over there, so I'll continue that one on another day. All right, so moving on, I'm getting sidetracked talking about everything I've been doing. So last episode saw us with I don't have all my notes with me. I believe it was the 5th Battles of Harper's Ferry, where we were assaulting entrenchments held by 1st Corps of the Army of the James. Now, just as a reminder, for some reason the AI has 2 Army of the James. You have one here in Virginia, and there's another one down here in West Virginia. And it's they both say 1st Corps, but they're from actually 2 separate Army of the James. There's Army of James headquarters here, and Army of James headquarters over here. So I'm not imagining anything. There are two armies of the James. So we did win a victory there, but I'm starting to notice I'm running low on provisions and forage for my left wing. And we're starting to beat down the morale of the Federal forces a little more heavily than I would like at this point. So I'm ordering Daniel Hill's left wing back down into Winchester, and I'm ordering Jackson's Army of the Valley District back into Cumberland, just to try and take some pressure off the Union forces in the area. They are currently besieging Fort Whipple with Gregory's Raiders, but it's only 3 brigades of cavalry, and they've drawn in the right wing. So that's not a siege they're going to win, so I'll just let that one play out. Unless another corps joins into that siege, we'll win that one handily, so I'm not worried about dealing with it. And we are currently besieging Fort Scammell in Maine. I have given assault orders to try and get this cleared as quickly as possible, as I'm not near a supply base for this siege, so I do want to get it done as quickly as possible to get Portsmouth back open to us and give the 1st Corps a chance to rest. So I'm doing more with this Corps now than I had initially planned on, because 2nd Corps is still down in the orange. Just waiting for them to get into yellow readiness so I can push them down into Portland so that we can get them up to green readiness at a faster rate. So I'm not sure why they're showing these ports under siege, as I control them, under blockades. I control them. There's no federal fleet out here, and it's only these this army on transports, which I will have to deal with at some point. The Lincoln Gift Squadron is on station. It looks like the Long Island Sound Squadron is coming out to fight them. Don't know if they will or not. And I'm not sure what the 44th Army is doing as yet, as they have fled to the Delaware Peninsula. So I don't know if they're going to come back in again or stay up here for some time. They might be resting at this hospital that is there. Not sure what's going on there yet. And our 1st fleet is down in red readiness, so I do have them ported up in Charleston. Hopefully we'll get up into the green readiness, but with 2 fleets blockading here, it's probably going to take them a while to get the readiness back up to begin attacking them again. And out here, down in the Mississippi region, Levels Command is ready to go again for another siege. Problem is, I'm still waiting for that 1 artillery battery I'm training up for to be ready to go into them. So I won't send them in for this siege again until we have that battery in place. And even further west up in the Kansas territory, or Nebraska territory, my bad. Forrest Corps is building a supply depot in preparation for assaulting Fort Kearny. We could probably carry it right now, as I don't think they have very many men in it. They only have 18. Oh, crap. Why the hell am I... Okay, get Forrest, move. There's 18 men. We're assaulting that straight away. Even though I need the supply depot because he's running out of provisions and forage, but as soon as we have this fort taken, we can begin his raid eastwards. Alright, and I think that covers everything for right now. As I said, this map's been very, very busy the last few episodes. One other thing I did not cover is the other Army of the James, which is in West Virginia, is now flipping Charleston back into their control. So once we have finished flipping over Wheeling, I'll be sending the Army Tennessee down into Marietta, Ohio. And preparation going after the 1st Corps Army of the James. So once they flip Charleston, they're either going to come up here to Grafton, which is probably the most likely possibility. I'm upping the depot out there now, so they may come up here to Grafton. So I believe sending my troops down to Marietta should draw them away from there. And I just want to beat the 1st Corps out of West Virginia. And then I'm going to be pulling the Army of the Tennessee back into Virginia itself, down to Salem. And possibly bringing them back over into the Tennessee region. Not so sure as yet. I kind of want them back on station in the Cumberland Gap region. Well, we'll see what happens with that. So that should now cover everything. So I will be back. Alrighty, it's July 5th, and Gregory's Raiders, which were besieging Fort Whipple, and somehow won. Even though the 20,000 men of the right wing was involved in the siege, somehow a 7,000 man cavalry force won that siege. I don't understand the siege modifications of this game at all sometimes. But they started transferring westwards at a very quick pace, and I was withdrawing Jackson out of Cumberland and back into Winchester and sending the left wing back over to Leesburg. And so Jackson's met up with him. So he's got 7,400 cavalry to my 16,600 infantry, 1,000 cavalry, and 105 guns. So I don't view this fight as going to be taking too long. Yeah, this is only cavalry, 7,000 at that. So I'll take this one off screen and I'll come back with the newspaper. Alright, victory at the Chesapeake and Ohio Canal. So, like I said, it didn't take very long. It was more of a skirmish than anything. We took down 453 of the cavalry involved, 74 killed and 72 captured. We lost 79 men with 14 killed, 11 missing, and the rest were wounded. Captured 219 cavalry carbines and sent 71 soldiers down to our prison camps. Not much of a victory, as I said. There was only 3 brigades in that entire force. So it was very, very quickly done. 4 sieges. Did not want that to happen. Okay, whatever. So, for some reason, when Magruder's right wing got pushed out from the siege of Fort Whipple, actually, let's send him up there now to take care of that. I had sent Longstreet's center back up to Alexandria to cover it as it was uncovered by his withdrawal. Well, I guess on his way there, he was using the river and clipped Fort Washington, so now we're sieging that down. Didn't want to do that, but it doesn't really matter in the long grand scheme of things. Get you moving back to Winchester. I don't think there's anything else going on right now, so I will be back with the next incident. So it's July 7th in game, and it looks like the Lincoln Gift Squadron might be in a little trouble here, as it appears a fleet, which I have not identified yet, is on its way with some ironclads. Cape Cod Base Squadron, and they are set for raiding. Okay. So we may have an issue here. Or maybe not. Okay, looks like they're heading back to port. Okay, I brought you in for no reason then. But now I know there is a squadron with ironclads in the region, so that is going to be an issue probably very soon. So, and on top of that, we did take Fort Kearny. And where is he? So I started doing something that's going to make some people very happy, is Forrest is now raiding. First stop, Omaha City. I probably should have finished building this depot here, as there's really not much out this way from the raid and take forage from. But once we're in Omaha City, we should be able to resupply there and then move on to Council Bluffs and raid that down. And then stops eastward, Des Moines, Cedar Falls, Dubuque, Madison, then Milwaukee and Chicago. And then I'm going to try and sneak them back down into Tennessee through Kentucky by way of Michigan City, South Bend, Fort Wayne, Lima, Daxton, Cincinnati, and Covington, and try to get us back down to Kentucky, then in Louisiana, so I can link them up with the Army of Tennessee. I do believe I need the troop numbers available for that army. So hopefully this grand tour of ours works. I don't know if it will or not, but we will see. So I'll be back. Alrighty, it's July 15th in game, and we have ourselves an action up in Maine, outside of Portland here. So we did lose the siege of Fort McClary, as the Federals sent the Department of New England and its First Corps to support that siege. So the First Corps A.O.M has been seen off, and they actually just retreated from this combat, as they actually have no ammunition in this corps whatsoever. They got plenty of food and forage, but no ammo, and it's usually the opposite case. So they left the battlefield, which leaves D.H. Hill and his Second Corps under the command of Claiborne, whose morale is not too hot. They are still down to yellow. I just moved them into Portland, and this will be this corps' first action. So, going up against Department of New England's First Corps with 20,229 infantry, 0 cavalry, and 120 guns, against my army to the north and its Second Corps with 21,800 infantry, 2,100 cavalry, and 103 guns. So infantry were almost even on. We have the advantage of cavalry, but they have the advantage in artillery. And this is also this corps' first battle, so this might be a little tight. So our morale is good. This is an inexperienced corps. and the one we are fighting is experienced. So we'll see how this goes. I will be back after the load screen. Welcome everybody to the Battle of Portland, Maine. It's been a while since we had a battle in Maine, but we did draw the Willow Garden map, so I'm pretty sure there are no maps for the Northeast or any of the northern states in this game, for the most part, north of Gettysburg. So we actually, I think this has got to be a mistake, because we actually got basically the entire map to deploy on, minus this little area here. So we are defending String Creek. Change position my microphone here. So I'm going to be utilizing Willow Garden. You know, should I? Hold on. No, I think we'll defend back at String Creek. There's no point in using Willow Garden. So we'll defend back at String Creek using the fence line here and extending out this way, possibly to screen in this direction. I need to kind of hard point this, as my troops are not experienced and the weaponry is not the best. I think for the most part this entire corps is armed with Springfield muskets, except for this brigade. Okay, so everybody in this corps has Springfield muskets except for the one brigade with farmers' muskets. All right. 30s, 20s, 12s. Okay, I think we could pull this off. Even with everybody being armed with regular muskets, we should be fine. So I'm going to get my defenses set up, and I will be back once we have contact with the Federals. So it's 1556, day one, and we do have one brigade coming into sight now. And they are already getting ready to break up. Once again, I did not check morale before the start of this fight, and I may have been worried for nothing. Their morale is higher than ours, but not by much. And judging by how this brigade is already getting ready to break by the way it's coming in, we will quickly outstrip their morale. So as they are coming straight down the road, it looks like the rest of the army is still stuck back this way. They might have a road jam going on with all of that artillery like I usually do. So I'm not going to hold you here. I will come back in if and when the main body arrives at my rifle lines. So it's 1643 on day one. We just broke one brigade, and I'm not holding any high hopes anymore. Where I was really worried about this fight, I am no longer worried. Remember when all of my artillery has been hammering away at these guys as they're coming up, but then I am setting up for a proper attack. You got this brigade to try to come up on its own. This one's coming up on its own. Well, it looks like it's going to be supported by 3rd Brigade, but this brigade should not be moving forward as it's ready to break already. And the rest of their forces are still kind of spread out between the stream and this ridge line here. As you can see, it's still dust trails back this way. So we're actually going to see this corps off before most of its forces even make it into any type of combat position. Alright guys, finish building that section. See, will these guys even come close to our rifle lines? Nope, there they go. Another brigade broken. Now we have this one coming up. Let's speed this along. These guys aren't ready to break yet, so they don't have any stars above them. So like, this one's got a star above, but it's already ready to break. This one doesn't have anything. It looks good to go. And all my batteries have just been happily hammering away at them as they come up, so. And we do have some of their artillery coming at the site now, so. Just get you guys onto counter battery. The two batteries I have here can hold this line very easy. And they're actually marching right into the face of this battery. And into Haygood's brigade. Guess they don't want to mess with the Swedes. See all those cannonballs flying in? That's awesome. Oh, there they go. Before the rifle fire even starts. Alright, while we wait for the next units to come forward and get broken, I won't hold you here. I'll be back. Would you look at this roadblock? I mean, I've had it bad sometimes, but wow. I mean, for my artillerymen, this should be a wet dream. These guys are bunched up on this road. They should be skipping shots right down that road, taking out some legs and wheels. And, But so far, my artillery has been doing most of the work. We've settled into an artillery duel for about the last hour. And now they finally have more infantry coming up. But this is basically, this bend in the road right here is basically becoming a charnel house of dead men and artillery fire. But I'm actually surprised we have not broken their forces yet. They were pretty close. Because we do have them down to 37.2 morale now. Not too many losses on their side, to be honest with you, because it's all been artillery fire. My artillery's first battle still, so they're not very good at what they do yet. But I'm honestly surprised they haven't started withdrawing, as they're not going to have the morale to finish this job. These guys are breaking. They're still coming on. And they're going to be walking right into, if they even make it far enough, canister from McIntosh's battery and Butler's battery. And rifle fire from the Swedish Volunteer Corps. If these guys ever get in range of them. No one's made it in range of my rifle lines yet. They've tried, but failed. This brigade might make it. But probably not. Yep, there they go. They just broke. These guys... Please tell me you're actually going to set up for a proper attack now. This road jam right here. Oi. So, I won't hold you here. If they actually manage to start an attack, I'll come back in. So it's 1818. We actually did have a brigade come close enough to us to be an issue, and they were actually sitting right outside of canister range of. Oh, now they're falling back. I was sending the Swedes forward to deal with them. I guess the sort of threat decided to pull back. No, maybe not. Keep going. They're going to stop right there. We're going to push into them. So they were just outside of canister range of McIntosh's battalion. So instead of letting them sit there, take the rifle fire, I sent the Swedes forward to go take care of them. Where are you guys going? Double time, get up on them. Looks like they're falling back on the cavalry, but they only have mixed weapons, so... I'm going to say it's General Whipple who's leading this force, and he's leaving much to be desired. Okay, we're getting mounted up. I'm going to send you after this infantry here. fall back to your original positions. Cavalry, go take care of these guys. And they are all just... The AI's just roadblocked itself back here. They can't even get their forces forward through this mess. Oh, I think they just got the withdrawal order. Yep, they just took the withdrawal order. Yeah, that brigade broke. Get after that one. Or did they not get the withdrawal order? That brigade's rushing forward. Alright, cavalry, pull back. That's a little odd. I could have sworn that was a withdrawal order going out. Unless it's one of his division commanders actually knowing what the hell he's doing. It looks like he's trying to flush into a proper battle line now, but it's too little too late. Should have done that out of range and out of sight of my artillery. Got them down to 30 morale. They should be leaving the field here any minute. One of their detachments captured a gun. That's annoying. Get away before that infantry catches up to you. You guys are leveled yet, but you're getting there pretty quickly too. Taking some losses in Butler's battery due to counter battery fire, but that's no big deal. Oh, you guys looking for my flank now? Alright, reserve division, you know where to go now. I should probably just push, whose division is this? Harper's division down into this mess of artillery over here to remove it. I don't see the point in throwing away men when they're doing enough of that on their own. It's hard enough to replace losses in the army of the north, especially with the First Corps down almost 3,000 men now after that failed siege. Doesn't look like much else is going to be happening for right now, so I'll be back if they actually push in and attack. Alright, it's 1903 and I've sent skirmishers forward from Harper's division to help start dealing with this mess of artillery over here. Probably send out some Mercer, go after this battery. Good, that detachment's gone. Go hit the main. Oh, that's a detachment too. Problem is, once you see off these batteries, they start filling them up with detachments, and they are harder to see off than an actual battery. McIntosh broke after losing 17 men. Are you kidding me? I think he might be getting relieved, McIntosh, and these guys are out of range of my cavalry. Alright. That is fine. I have infantry coming up. Should have this fight finished today. I push out some skirmishers. We'll delay this brigade over here. I honestly didn't expect them to start pushing out in this direction at all. I thought they would have broken already. Oh wow, that detachment broke already? Then again, all this artillery right here, right? Swedish volunteers move on up. Call you skirmishers. Oh, when the hell was Haygood killed in action? When did that happen? There's only 7 losses in that brigade. He must have taken a spray artillery shell. Damn it. Go get some vengeance, boys. Lock that brigade in place while these Swedes come up. Get up here, boys. Let's move. What are you doing? Guys, level jet. One battery almost has. That brigade's broken. Go for this one. It looks like they're starting to pull their troops back now. Hey, good. Go shoot some of that artillery. Take some vengeance for your commander. We are leaving a lot of artillery behind. I know we're not going to catch all, but hopefully we catch a good chunk of it. There's their retreat. Alright, let's keep plussing up their casualties a little bit. I'm so pissed that Haygood's dead. First battle and he's gone. Actually, no, it wasn't his first battle. He actually has experience. He was in command of another unit prior to this one. Only 9 losses, and one of them is the damn brigade commander. How much range do these guys have? What the? There goes that battery. 2 minutes left. Chase that one down, but you're not going to catch it. Take that battery down. There we go. On to the next one. Yeah, we're out of time anyway. Not too bad for the first time out for this corps. So we took down 1,100 of their 19,000 infantry. We got oh wow, we got all of their artillery, all 100 guns, for a total loss of 1,600 and 21,000 men. We lost 262 of our 21,800 infantry, 62 of our 2,100 cavalry. We lost 17 guns because that one battery did break, so we didn't really lose all those guns. We will recover them. Total loss of 381 of 25,400 men. So 381 for 1,600. About 4.5 to 1 odds. I will take that, especially for a brand new corps. Let's take a look at the paperwork here. Right, engineers did not fight. Stidman's cavalry did, 56th infantry. Harper's division, North Georgia Rifles did 16 infantry, 12 to artillery for a total of 28. Let me reposition my mic a little better here. Not my normal setup, like once again I'm in a hotel right now. Churchill's brigade did 4 to artillery. Featherston's brigade did 15 to infantry, 19 to artillery for a total of 34. And Crutchfield's battery did 40 to infantry, 37 to artillery for a total of 77. Division total of 143. Hampton's division, the Swedish Volunteer Corps, did 151 to infantry, 76 to artillery for a total of 230. Mercer's brigade did 33 to infantry, 4 to artillery for a total of 37. Haygood's brigade, and he was killed in action, did 30 to artillery. So only 9 losses in that brigade, and he was one of them, so he probably got hit by an artillery shell or fragment. Butler's battery did 176 to infantry, 40 to artillery for a total of 218. Division total of 515. Butler's division, only McIntosh's battery fought, as I had his division sitting in reserve. So they did 161 infantry, 1 artillery, plus up to 165 because I caught some command staff in there. And Gist's artillery division, James's battery did 89 infantry, 55 to artillery, for a total of 145. Jumper's battery did 151 to infantry, 84 to artillery, for a total of 235. Paxton's battery did 40 to infantry, 89 to artillery, for a total of 129. Ferguson did 41 to infantry, 151 to artillery, for a total of 197. And Finley did 66 to infantry, 67 to artillery patrol, 137 division total, 843. So the artillery division did the most of the work, as the Federals were just kind of stuck at this curve in the road right here. So they were just able to hammer away at that position. We closed out of here. Alright, really not much to say about that one. It looked like the AI started pulling its head out of its ass right towards the end when it extended its line to the right to try and outflank my position, but it was a good call, but too little too late. It should have been done further back and a lot sooner. It seems like the AI was trying to consolidate its forces too close to my lines before pushing its units out into attack positions. At least that's how I view it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Alright, victory at Portland, Maine. You know what? I forgot to see if we got any of their officers in return. I do apologize for that. We should see something. Yeah, it looks like this section's a little bigger than normal, so we'll see what happened over there. Alright, the enemies reportedly suffered total casualties of 1,633 men. There are 486 killed and 437 captured. Our casualties total 381 men, with 102 killed and 56 missing, and the rest are wounded. We've captured 508 rifles and 42 guns from the battlefield, sent 455 soldiers down to our prison camps. So AP Hill became a national hero. That's good for him. That's good for the army. That'll raise the entire army's morale. And General Granger loses face. So we lost Colonel Haygood. And they lost Brigadier General Haskell, who's actually a pretty good commander in game. So I wonder if we got any more of their officers. You know, I'm going to pause this here, save the game. I'm going to go back in, because I want to see if we got any of their officers. So I'll be back. So I did go back in and look at the save files, and on top of taking down Haskell, we did take down, who was one of their division commanders, we did take down another brigade commander, so not a bad trade-off, losing one brigade commander killed for one of theirs killed and one of theirs wounded. So, not the outcome I would like, but it is what it is. And actually, right before we started that battle, we did start building the hospital up here to help alleviate First Corps' issue. Some of their men are back. They did have over 2,000 wounded. It was actually closer to 2,600, so his ambulance corps is doing what it's supposed to do. And on top of that, Forrest Corps. Give me a little update here. Where is he? Is now in Des Moines, Iowa, but look who is traveling right behind him. We got First Corps, Army of the Border. They're on again, off again nemesis, where Forrest Corps is actually now chasing it. So we got a little bit of a cat and mouse game right now. I do have an issue. We are out of food and fodder for the horses here. So I am trying to get them up into Dubuque to see if we can't resupply there. So I have to take them off raiding in order to do that. But we need supplies, we need a bed. Ammunition we're okay with, but we need food and forage. But I do believe this is a good place to end this episode. So once again, I hope everybody had a very, very good Memorial Day weekend. So if you're a new viewer, return viewer, and you've not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember to hit that bell icon so alert when the next video comes out. If you'd like a brigade of one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I'll oblige on all counts if possible. And once again, comments. As always, please do keep them coming. I know I've been a little late on answering the comments from the last video, but as you know, I've been traveling. I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.